Shalom. I want to begin first and foremost giving our praises to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jehovah and Jesus. I want to give our praises in the ancient Hebrew tongue while facing the east. Call halal la Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kwatash Barak the Yahweh Barak the Yahweh Shai the water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kwatash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Yasharala, Greatmillstone. Shalom to the 144,000. Shalom to the elect. My name is Maka'ala. Today I want to talk about uh, the dollar losing its value. Right, money, and not just the dollar, the money losing its value. Revelation 6 verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine. There's going to come a time when the dollar is going to lose its value so much that something as simple as a loaf of bread, all right, a barley, a beer, all right, made from barley, right, things like that are going to cost a lot. Okay, it costs a lot of money, a whole day's wage, all right, because the penny represents a day's wage. All right, it says right here in the AMP, day's wage, a whole day's wage in the AMPC. See, if you a whole day's wage, so you're gonna have to work for a whole day just to be able to buy some basic things, man, that you could get right now for cheap, right? Relatively cheap. All right, this is just some Revelation 17 updates. The EU must be prepared for the US to lose interest not only in Ukraine but also in Europe. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland stated that the EU must be prepared for the US to lose interest not only in Ukraine but also in Europe. American leaders are openly declaring a change of priorities. Polish Foreign Minister Radoslaw Sikorski no longer has any illusions about the Trumpist turn in U.S. politics and believes that the European Union can and should solve the problem of defense on its own. After all, the United States may cease to be interested not only in the affairs of Ukraine but also in Europe. Okay, so he could see the writing on the wall. He knows that Trump is going to be further alienating America from. All right, he's going to be further alienating America, which is the whore and Revelation. All right, and also another name for America is Babylon. All right, Babylon is going to be alienated from the beast, which is a metaphor in Revelation for the European Union. All right, and then the effects of that is they're going to have less trade. All right, Trump was recently talking about bringing 50% tariffs against the EU. So that's going to be further driving them apart. Right, less business. They're going to be doing less business, and they're going to say, hey, well, why is the dollar still the world reserve currency? Why are we still dealing with dollars if these people don't want to deal with us? Right, so I was just looking at these charts, these trading charts for the dollars activity, forex activity. Right, tipping point. Dollar nears breakdown as hedging activity surges. Everybody trying to hedge that dollar downside risk. All right, and this chart is interesting. It says reserve currency status usually lasts a century. Chart 2 shows American dominance since World War II. All right, and it says here it's ending around 2025. All right, so We're getting very, very, very close to the collapse of the dollar. All right, as the world reserve currency. As a 40% USD decline would eliminate the trade deficit. Dollar strength has been the main driver of the U.S. external deficit, tied to fiscal monetary policy and foreign saving. A full reversal of the dollar's 40% real appreciation can bring the deficit to zero, but tariffs alone won't get us there. Tariffs might help if retaliation is muted and the dollar keeps falling, but higher prices and slower U.S. growth would be the trade-off. All right, so there's going to be higher prices for things. All right, people are already tripping over the Chinese tariffs. All right, they're seeing shit from AliExpress, things they buy off from China, already bringing in tariffs, man. They're already charging tariffs for that. Ezekiel 7 verse 19, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. Right, this is not talking about no real. This is not talking about no actual gold and silver, all right? Because the average person doesn't even have much gold and silver. Right, this is a metaphor for fiat currency, all right? Paper money, all right? Those coins, those worthless coins people have in their pockets, all right? Check this out. Worthless currency litters the street in Venezuela. All right, that's going to be coming to a state, a United States, a U.S. state near you, a U.S. city near you. All right, if you and also if any of your brothers are gamers, have you ever played this game called The Division? All right, there are parts in this game where you can see money just laid out in the streets. All right, you just find stacks of money on the streets. All right, also in that game, The Last of Us, it's another post-apocalyptic game with zombies. All right, you can find money on the streets because money won't have any value, man. All right, society's gonna be completely collapsed. All right, bandits, marauders, no raiders, no robbers. They're not gonna be when society collapses. They're not gonna be trying to rob people for money. All right, they're gonna be trying to rob people. Gonna try to rob people for the things that money can get you. All right, resources. As a matter of fact, in this game, you got to fight for resources. All right, you got to go out there, society all collapsed, messed up, cars laid out in the streets. You got to go out there, fight for resources, man. I second Ezra 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so eventually all the supermarkets are going to be empty. All the grocery stores or bodegas. All right, the Publixes, Trader Joe's, Walmart's, all those stores are going to be empty. So people are going to be uh, looking for food and water elsewhere. Right? And who are they going to turn to? Right? They're going to turn to their neighbors, man. All right, whatever their neighbors have left. All right, maybe Billy down the block. I saw him bringing in a whole ton of groceries a while back. I know he has a huge pantry. We were Remember that barbecue he invited us to? Yeah, I went inside the house, man. I saw his pantry, man. It was full of cans and food, man. Let's go get him. All right, that's how these people are gonna think, man. That's how these people are gonna think. They're gonna go into their neighbors' houses with guns. All right, he got a rifle there. All right, this dude got a rifle. All right, I'm going to people's houses. All right, New York. I mean, be going into people's apartments. All right, trying to get whatever food they can find, man. Because it's gonna be survival of the fittest. All right, if Yahweh Shai ain't with you, you are not the fittest, and inevitably you're just gonna die. All right, whoever Yahweh Shai is with, that's the fittest, and everybody else is asked out. All right, when that money loses its value and is you can't really buy anything, you gotta fight for what you can get. When the Lord is not with you, man, all right, death is your inevitable destiny. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope the video was edifying. Shalom.